Okay. So most attempts that I had seen up until about 1992, 93, somewhere in there, were all based on looking backwards. All the budgeting systems, Microsoft Money, Quicken or QuickBooks, whatever it is, they all relied on keeping records. And I'll have to admit to something. From the day that I started work, I used to write down on a bit of paper every week what I spent my money on, religiously. And in my ceiling of the house that we just left last year, I chucked out so many pieces of paper that had, here's what I spent my money on for 25 years. It wasn't funny. It was good for a giggle, you know, $4 for a tank of petrol and this sort of stuff. But that was about it. What other good did it do me? And sometimes I'll have people say to me, oh, I'm good at budgeting. I write down everything I spend my money on. And I go, what for? So what? What does that do for you? You've got a record of what happened. You can't change your past because it's happened.
But at least you know where it went.
At least you know where it went. Can you change it? It still went, didn't it? What is the most important asset that we've got? The future. The past is the past. I've been recording the past religiously for 25 years and it never did a thing for me. One day I woke up and said, this doesn't work. Hallelujah. Change was about to occur. And I sat down and I thought, what's the problem? And I thought, the problem is I keep making mistakes with our money. The bank statement arrives, I go, yep, that'll that. I've got to admit to that, yep. Closing balance. That was the one number that had some potential because I hadn't spent that bit yet. And the question was, I wonder how much of that I can go and spend this week. I wonder if I'm in trouble. Have we got too much money in the bank? And guess what? The bank statement does not tell you that information. And to me, that's the most important information. Have I got too much money or am I in trouble? Who knows right now the answer to those two questions? Because if you don't, what hope have you got of ever making a decision? Because this is what we talked about earlier. I'm down there at the shopping centre, the red light's flashing, the computer's half price, and I'm thinking, ooh, will I or won't I? Should I or shouldn't I? I've got some money in the bank, I wonder if I've got too much. I don't know. I'll have a guess. And later on I'll find out whether I got it right or not. And that was the life that I was living, that everybody else is still living, except for those people that use Simply Budgets, of course. And it sucks. Because you keep accidentally having trouble with money. I shouldn't have spent that money, but I didn't know at the time. So, we make financial decisions every day and we think about it, I guess, but we don't know what the outcome will be until we find out later on. So we just blindly accept that we'll find out later on and that's just the way it is. Would that be right? And who knows that sucks? Because I realised, after calling myself stupid for a long time because, oh no, I spent that money and I shouldn't have done it yet again, I suddenly went, hang on a second. It's not for lack of trying. And it's not for lack of self-discipline, because if I knew that I shouldn't spend this money, I wouldn't do it. I'm just guessing all the time and finding out later on that I guessed wrong. That's the pits. And it's what everybody puts up with and doesn't give it another thought. That's interesting, isn't it? Who's ever actually thought about that before and realised that is our problem? Because no one deliberately gets into trouble with money, but 92% of people do. Why? Because we have to make financial choices every other day. Based on, I hope I got it right. That's never going to work. Only good luck. Bad luck doesn't happen all your life, nor does good luck. It does look like a problem, doesn't it? So, this was the point where I decided I needed a system that would take away that one burning question that I could see would solve the problem. And Simply Budgets was born. At the time I didn't realise it, but as I developed this system and I started to see the power that it had, I got so excited when money appeared in the bank account that was for my wife's birthday and I could actually go and buy her a gift. It even told me when her birthday was. It was, here's money, your wife's birthday's coming up. The car rego's due because here's some money to pay it. Christmas is due, here's some money to go and do the shopping. Just amazing. The money started telling me when things were due to happen, instead of me going, oh no, it's my wife's birthday tomorrow and I've got no money. Huge difference. Who's interested in finding out more?